All right, y'all. So I'm gonna actually mute this real quick. I'm catching up currently on the bum ass Jaime Munguia and Sergey Derevchenko fight. I muted the fight right now because they got the audio playing, so I don't want to get copyrighted for some bum ass rock song they got playing in the background. But I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts real quick on the aftermath of the Teofimo Lopez. Well, I keep saying it that way, but they did it around the other way around because Taylor was the champion. Josh Taylor versus Teofimo Lopez. I'm gonna give you my thoughts real quick because I watched the fight live. I just finished watching it. That's why now I'm catching up on the Mungia Derevchenko. So here's the thing, right? I told people, man, that Teofimo Lopez was gonna make history, y'all. Because it his victory over Lomachenko was no fluke, and tonight he proved that. Tonight he silenced haters, doubters. You know, he secured his position in the Boxing Hall of Fame. Tim Bradley, all that shit he talked, and Teofimo Lopez proved him wrong in the end, y'all. So, real quick, what I want to get into about the fight. Early on, Josh Taylor, well, before that, I'm gonna say this: Teofimo Lopez just proved to all his haters that the actual game plan worked. It was a strategy. The whole "kill you, I'm gonna kill you," it worked. It worked. He completely took Josh Taylor out of his game plan. Early on in the fight, you saw Taylor diving in, trying to get an early KO, putting pressure, trying to get Teofimo out of his game plan, and it was indeed the opposite way. I mean, to a certain extent, even Josh Taylor lost so much control of the fight and of his own game plan that he was even fighting dirty. I mean, the whole point of like leaving Ben Davison was to better yourself, right? And get a trainer that's gonna position you and train you better with a better strategy for Teofimo, and it completely failed. So definitely Teofimo showed that the strategy worked. The dynamic duo got into Taylor's head early on. The build-up was crazy. They were talking some crazy shit. They were like I said on the other video I did last night. They were talking about sacrificing themselves to achieve victory. And you know what? They didn't mean that. What they meant was, because even Teofimo said it in the end, what they actually meant was giving themselves into God, like putting it all in his hands. And look, it turned out that he was always going to be destined to be the winner of that fight. So that's amazing. I'm definitely happy. Hold on, let me see if this music is definitely on. All right, so right now it's like some mariachi song, so I'm gonna just lower it. Those really don't usually get copyrighted like that. But yeah, yo, so I'm catching up on this Mungia Derevchenko fight now, but Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor, what a terrific fight, amazing fight. With this victory, Teofimo Lopez, like I said, has secured his position in the Boxing Hall of Fame. Tim Bradley unfortunately couldn't live this great fight and see Teofimo make history. But he is gonna know about this for the rest of his life because Teofimo Lopez is going into that same boxing Hall of Fame. He has secured his position, y'all. So, here we go. They're in the ring, so now I could put it up a little bit. Yeah. So I heard the Mungia fight was terrible, so I'm gonna see for myself. I mean, from what I know, it went to the decision. I mean, hey, if it went to the decision, I mean that sucks. I mean, Jaime Mungia, bro, you gotta get it together, homie. Like, you're not the superstar that you think you are. In your hometown you are. Yes, you are. But I mean, if you scoring decisions like this, man, it's terrible. Uh, Real quick, it's sad. Like the position that Teofimo's in, right? A man who's pretty much like he said has lost everything. His wife, his child. You know, people have been telling him about that woman for a long time. I know this. I know that personally. I'm not gonna explain why. Whatever it is, I'm not even gonna detail it either because it no longer matters. They're no longer together. Um, when he stated at the end of the fight, that his next fight is in court for his child, that's crazy, man. That was sad, man. That broke my heart. That broke my heart because this man is over here making history. Um, and he's by himself, man. He's by himself. The people that he needs there the most by his side are not there. And forget us fans. We ain't nobody. The man needs his child and his woman, but she no longer wants to partake in that. So I mean, that's her thing, right? Um, when Teofimo Lopez said that, man, that was crazy. And notice the hate that ESPN has towards him, and that was ever more evident when, at the end of when Teofimo spoke, you could notice Bernardo Osuna, and Bernardo Osuna, fuck you very much, bro, because what you did was childish, bro. That was whack, son. Bernardo Osuna turned the microphone away from Teofimo Lopez, went towards Josh Taylor. Teofimo told him, "Hey, wait, let me say one more thing." I'm guessing it was only going to be a couple few words, not much, right? He said, "No, I got to get to Josh Taylor." And Teofimo was like, "Wow, everyone's against me." And that was clear from the moment going into this fight. ESPN, they tried to ESPN tried to, well, you know what ESPN did? They exposed um, a situation in Teofimo Lopez camp between him and his father, that there's a lack of respect, because Teofimo's father, he's trying to put his son on the right track, watch him from what he's saying, you know what I'm talking about? And Teofimo's not with all that anymore. So, he's rebelling against his father. And ESPN tried to capture that, and they made it public. See, they didn't put up the whole freaking interview. They put up 3 freaking minutes of that. And that's wrong, yo, because if you're going to put up 3 minutes of that, you should have put up the whole interview so that fans could know what's going on. You feel me? But no, you try to capture a moment of hate, hateful words among father and son. And that was messed up because in an interview, I'm going to say what he said. So Fimo in the interview told his dad, "Yo, stop being a bitch." Those are strong words, you know what I'm talking about? And for ESPN to only air 3 minutes of that and not let it be known what it was about, I mean, it's messed up. And you can see that because in the end of the fight, Bernardo Osuna did not give Teofimo the microphone. Bernardo Osuna obviously works for ESPN. In the press conference when Teofimo Lopez stated, you gotta kill to live. Once he said that, it's like ESPN said, "Yo, cut it," because Taylor was only given a chance to speak. The guy hosting the press conference said a couple more words and said it's over. That's it. And that's crazy, bro. So Teofimo Lopez is proving to the people, man, that all odds are against him. Just look at the odds, yo. Check this out. Look at the odds makers, yo. They made dude an underdog. They made him an underdog. They made that same mistake when he fought Lomachenko. Dudes got paid, you heard? Dudes got paid, man. They made Taylor the favorite. Dude's been inactive. He fights once a year for the past 3 years. What the fuck were they thinking? Teofimo Lopez, although inactive, he's had some solid competition. He fought La Roca Campa, who was scheduled to fight bum-ass Broner, who fought Hutchinson. If you saw that Broner fight against Hutchinson, you'll know why he didn't fight Campa. You feel me? You'll know why he didn't fight Campa. Because that Campa that Teofimo fought would have knocked out Adrian Broner, y'all. Like, dude is finished in boxing, you feel me? So, it's just crazy, y'all. I bet you they'll listen, Teofimo Lopez, with the history that he's made, I guarantee you that ESPN Top Rank will put Shakur Stevenson on a pay-per-view before they put Teofimo Lopez. And that's fucking disrespectful as hell, y'all. That shit ain't cool, man. This is your best fighter on your whole stable. He beat 2 of the dudes that you hyped up and paid big money for. Lomachenko, brutally hyped up. He has his accolades. I'm not going to take that away from him, but they hyped him up, of course. And Josh Taylor, brutally hyped up. But in under 20 fights, the man made history as well. You know what I'm talking about? But like I said, they brutally hyped up these 2 fighters, and they will not do the same for Teofimo. He will not have the same backing. Oh, damn. The fight. I was watching the fight. That round 1, Munguia Derevchenko was going in, y'all. But I think I'm gonna just put this in the style because I'm gonna have to go back. I think. Oh no, it actually replayed from the beginning. Okay, that's why. Well, I'll get into that a little bit, but like I said, yo, that shit, man, I ain't gonna take up more time with y'all. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my thoughts on what I saw. What was displayed from ESPN commentators, ESPN interviewers. It's messed up, yo. You know, Bernardo Osuna, he never acts like no Stephen Gray or whatever that white dude's name is on Showtime. He never does no shit like that. And what he did today with Teofimo Lopez and didn't let him get them final words, that's messed up, son. So, um, let's see what's next in line for Teofimo. You know, I feel that he's the biggest draw in Top Rank. Top Rank better get him the fights that he needs. All right. You know, he beat a guy, Sandor Martin, who beat Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia, like the best lightweight, one of the best lightweights in history, y'all. You know, like he's literally going down as that. And he beat Mikey Garcia, and then he goes ahead and has a close fight, very razor thin fight with Teofimo Lopez. I mean, that was not a BS fight, yo. And Josh Taylor, man, you know, the strategy worked, yo. Like I said, the strategy worked. And you know what? That NYC air quality was definitely not an issue. You know, and Teofimo proved that by actually going the full 12 rounds because he could have knocked out Taylor, and he chose not to. Get that, y'all. Get the military mind games that the dynamic duo is playing. They could have knocked out Josh Taylor, and they chose not to. They chose to go the full 12 rounds to prove a point. You know, for people like Tim Bradley, who had to rob 3 decisions from 3 great boxers, you know, he's never gonna be satisfied with that. You know, and real quick, the 3 decisions that Tim Bradley robbed, I gotta say that, I gotta specify because in boxing, you know, boxing fans tend to be like, oh, who he robbed? He robbed Pac-Man, but before that, he robbed Provodnikov, and he robbed Jesse Vargas, straight up. And if you know boxing, you watch them 3 fights in HD when they dropped, HBO Boxing. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. So it is what it is. Dude over there punching air, talking shit, and he's never gonna be satisfied, yo. But Teofimo Lopez has secured his position in the Boxing Hall of Fame, and I hope that Bob Arum finally opens up his eyes, quits trying to market fighters that are not marketable in New York City, um, on pay-per-view, you know, and he definitely focuses on building Teofimo, on putting Teofimo on the right track. Because if not, Teofimo has made it clear that he's willing to work with whatever promoter possible to buy his contract out. And honestly, at this point, I feel that with the hate that he has from the actual network, ESPN, and his own promoter, Bob Arum, I feel that his best bet is to actually leave Top Rank. And I hopefully someone does buy his contract. Hopefully Matchroom does. You know, Eddie Hearn would love to work with that man, yo. I'm telling you, Eddie Hearn would scoop that boy up in a heartbeat. But let's see what happens, yo. You know, the future at 140 is bright. There's some killers though. There's some killers. One of them is one that no one seemed to talk about. Is that Puerto Rican kid, man? That's my boy, Subriel Matias, bro. He got bodies in the ring, man. So y'all gotta understand, man. There's some firepower at 140, and Teofimo Lopez just beat the man. He beat the man who beat the man who beat the man who. It's incredible, y'all. So let's see what's in store, man. Let's see what the future holds for Teofimo. But for the moment, y'all, you know, it is what it is, man. Man has secured history, man. He's the best. He's the best. Ain't no Javante Davis. Ain't no Devin Haney. Ain't no Shakur Stevenson. Ain't no Keyshawn Davis. Ain't no none of that shit. No Errol Spence. Ain't no Terrence Crawford. Ain't none of that bullshit. It's a Hispanic man that's the best right now. He secured his position at his age. I don't know. I think the guy's like, what, 25 years old? Come on, man. He the best, y'all. Stop hating, man. Real talk. Peace, y'all.